The start of the summer season has arrived, but instead of celebrating being out of school and everything else the summer brings along with it, Guam is in recovery. I'm Nick Delgado. Welcome to KUAM News Weekend Edition. We are bringing you today's update here at Tumon Bay. Take a look at the beach right behind me. All of the debris strewn about, even some beachgoers here. The hotels still have their visitors here as well. You can see all the trees and just all the damage still left behind 3 days after the storm. We're gonna speak with some of the beachgoers here as well. Happy day, sir. Hello.
How y'all doing?
So, can I get your name?
My name's Peyton.
My name's Tay.
All right,
Peyton and Tay.
All right, Peyton and Tay. So what brings you guys out here today when it's still pretty much aftermath of a storm?
To be honest, it's like getting out of the house. It's so hot.
Yeah.
It's so hot and humid
So
inside the
hot.
house.
No water neither.
No water, no power. It's kind of
No
bad. So we're
showers.
just trying to make the best of the things we have at hand. And he's like, why not go to the beach, try to cool off or something?
It's still beautiful.
And
out
this
here,
our
too.
first week out here, if you believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we came to the beach though. Just try to hang out.
Cool off, definitely.
Okay, well enjoy. Be safe as best as you can and take care.
All right, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Also, big news out of the Port Authority of Guam today. The agency is back open and officials are able to now offload that mats and container ship that was waiting in the waters nearby. Port GM Roy Respicio saying we can confirm that Gantry 5 is operational after addressing damage to its conduits and its circuit boards. Gantry 4 and Gantry 6 have issues with their computer boards and currently being worked on. But the plus is the ship is able to get back to the docks, meaning the goods and supplies needed on the shelves can be restocked here. Let's see now what some of you are doing out there to help pass the time. How are you doing here?
We're okay. It's kind of warm here, but it's better than being at home.
Yeah, can I get your name?
Doria Cruz.
And what village are you from, Doria?
Delgado.
Delgado, one of the hardest hit.
Yeah.
How is the house?
Thankfully, we stay at summertime, so we weren't really hit that bad. It's just we didn't have water till yesterday morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some relief here, and you decided the mall is where we're gonna go after you heard it was open?
Yes, just to charge our, be able to charge our electronics. My son is on the spectrum, so he doesn't understand that why we don't have power.
Yeah.
So it's like we're here to charge up our fan battery and our just our cell phone.
Oh, buddy, you doing okay?
And to eat some foods. Yeah.
And I love that you had mentioned that discuss bringing up your son, because a lot of other families are going through the same situation. What advice or experience can you share to help them out?
For us, like getting some of the activities that he loved, before the storm, I got him new coloring books so that he can color, during and after, and so that's been a really big help with him. Yeah.
Okay.
And then being able to find places that we can charge our devices.
Yeah.
Basically,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Take care. Be safe. Another way.
I'm Debbie.
And I'm Jason
Last name?
Sanchez.
Sanchez? All right. Sanchez is here visiting,
Yes, we are.
but you're originally from Guam.
Yes.
That is correct.
And you were supposed to leave this morning. That's not happening.
No, it's not.
How has the storm been for you and the family?
Oh wow, it's been hectic really. As of right now, we have water, no power, and it's just our court alone in Delgado.
Yeah, so fortunately for our part of Delgado and Guam, the power did come back on, but that pocket we kind of got stuck in that pocket where there's no power. So our court doesn't have any power, but it's okay because we do have water, So it's not really a necessity, but as long as we have the water, we're good to go.
Yeah.
And you guys are essentially stranded.
Yes.
We are.
As of now.
Yeah, until whatever the airlines say.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we came during a disaster, and we just gotta live through it. It is what it is. It's a reality check.
As long as we're here with family.
It's kind of like a blessing that the family has you as well, as all
course,
hands.
yeah.
Yes.
Of course. I mean, because my mom lives alone, her mom lives alone. So, like I said, it is what it is. We try to do what we can to help out. So,
All right, anything else you want to say for our island while we're all recovering together?
Hang in there. You know, just pitch in together and we'll get through this. Yeah.
we've always gone through it before, so
Yeah.
what's another one? All right?
Now to an update from the Joint Information Center. Jason Salas speaking with them to find out when things could get back to normal.
Guam's restoration effort continues. Crystal Pakistan Augustine, of course, the communications director, is here. And Crystal, half a day, happy Sunday. And there's just a lot of moving parts, a lot of pieces, a lot of information about a lot of different things that our residents are asking about. So what have you got today?
Half a day and good afternoon, Jason, and to the people of Guam. Thanks so much for having me. Recovery is not easy. A little bit of a panic on Saturday, of course. Many people, hundreds of people flocking to the gas stations. I want to be clear that there is no shortage of fuel for the island. It was a distribution issue. I want to say that, Governor Leon Guerrero and Lieutenant Governor Tenorio, they met personally with our fuel companies Saturday afternoon, and we got the update. They've been working together hand in hand in tandem to get fuel out to you, with stations coming online, more stations, I want to say over a dozen gas stations coming online as of this morning. So that's great news to the people of Guam. Again, no fuel shortage, but I know that everything is linked. The fuel panic is a result of, no power. We need power to, run our generators for our cars, to cook, basic necessities. And so I just want to be clear to the people of Guam, there is no shortage of fuel supply on island. It was a distribution issue. In person with us yesterday was Bill Atta from IP&E Shell, and also Mr. Jimmy from Mobile. And then I know we're also in communications with SPPC, who operate 76. And so they're all slowly coming online. If you notice on the roads, if you've been on the roads, our Guam Police Department are actually assisting in the escort to ensure those tankers are making it to and from. And also it enables us to do those tanker transports even in the evening hours.
Understood.
So,
And hopefully
it's a great partnership between the port, the Guam Police Department, and our fuel companies, who again are working together to get that fuel out to you, because I'm also pay less, like having to shut down early because their generator can't run as long. And so
hopefully, the people that need the gas most will get some. But as you said, as more and more stations come online and as their hours extend, because like at least initially the hours were like a little bit truncated, more and more people are going to be able to get gas, and the problem will lighten. But yeah, yesterday was like a little scary. But I know the governor had a busy day yesterday, and more recently she even met with our federal partners, correct?
Yes, FEMA is here. Well, FEMA has been here, but these are really the top officials. Bob Fenton from FEMA, no newcomer to Guam, and another woman. I can't pull up her name shortly. They landed yesterday afternoon, and straight out of Anderson, they met with Governor Leon Guerrero and Lieutenant Governor, basically to talk about their roles. They're here on Guam to support us. Our federal family is here for us. What's happened now is Governor Leon Guerrero has applied for individual assistance, or what we like to call here IA, and so that we can proceed with getting help to our people. I want to be clear that if we're not given individual assistance, that there are so many other resources that can support us. Our federal family, again, ready to mobilize. And then this morning, the same group of FEMA partners met with our mayors, our island mayors. And of course, oh my goodness, I have so much love and mad respect and kudos to our island mayors. Really they're just so phenomenal. Again, they're filtering all the calls. They're the first ones to hear the complaints. They met with FEMA and our governor and lieutenant governor this morning. Vast array of issues, and we're working to correct a lot of them. And some of it was green waste debris. And so that's a big thing. Now that we're in recovery mode, we're cleaning up our yards. We're trying to take down that fallen debris, the fallen trees. So the JIC will be announcing those sites shortly. We've identified 19 sites, one per village, and we'll be announcing that shortly. We're just pending security. So we're mobilizing our Guam National Guard to do security, because you don't think about it, but it's really important that we have security at our green waste sites, because
at the very least crowd control, because people are on edge at this time. Yeah.
Absolutely, but also just to ensure that we're only collecting green debris. You know, we're not trying to collect your trash from your household trash. We're not trying to collect metallic waste. No tin roofing to be collected here. This will be specific to green waste. Again, this could pose a hazard. Right now, there's a no burn notice from the Guam Fire Department. There's a lot of different things, a lot of moving parts. And so, you know, the people of Guam, thank you so much for your patience. We're working with our utilities, governors, meeting with our critical infrastructure agencies every single day to get an update.
There you go. Now you did mention trash, and it is worth pointing out that normal trash services will resume from the Guam Solid Waste Authority as they normally do on Monday. So the trash men are going to run, and God bless them because they're doing an amazing job. They probably got like a pretty big load to haul away tomorrow. But if you need to go to the dump, the transfer stations will be open on Tuesday from 9 to 5, right?
Right. So as of today, the great news is for trash. So we'll be announcing that those green waste sites, one per village, shortly, just pending security. The trash collection update is curbside trash collection services resume tomorrow. Oh my God, Monday, May 29. Accessible routes will be prioritized, but I know they'll circle back for those inaccessible routes. They'll be scheduled once they are cleared. So say your house got blocked in by fallen debris, they'll come back. They'll circle back for you. Customers are reminded to place their trash carriers on the curb the night prior to their designated collection day. So if your trash day is on Tuesday, put out your trash bin on Monday.
There you go.
Harmon, Agate, and Malolo transfer stations will be open 7 days a week. That's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
FEMA and Red Cross are on the ground.
Sure, I'm Chita Blaze. I'm the Executive Director of the American Red Cross Guam chapter. And I have here with me.
I'm Erin McCann, and I'm the Divisional Disaster State Relations Director, also the Assistant Director of ER for our operation.
So a lot's happening, guys.
I know.
Hey,
What would you like to tell the people about who are still waiting for help?
That is a very good question. As far as what we want folks to know is that we're out in the community and we're trying to get help to them as soon as possible. We are out doing damage assessment currently to assess folks' homes so that we can start some of our recovery programs. And that more information will be coming on that soon. And then we're out in the community as well doing distribution of emergency supplies currently. And we have a few pod locations, and we can let you guys know on a daily basis where those are going to be. And you guys are welcome to put that information out there. But we want to make sure folks know that we're out there and we're trying to get help to them as soon as possible.
And I know Chita, thank you for that. And I know Chita, also you were saying that people were going to these different mayor's offices because they had heard about supplies initially being given out. These supplies, we should let the people know. We ordered a lot, but they're coming in waves, and so we ask for their patience, I believe. Is that what we're doing?
that's right. And also, no, we have not run out of supplies. And distribution center today are Sinahanya and Astumbo.
So what's the advice, just to close things off, that you want to give to the public to let them know that even though it may not come today, tomorrow, or the next day, that help will come soon?
Definitely. And that's what we would like to stress to the community, that we will be here and we won't leave until we have accomplished our mission. But if they have any questions, Nick, I'd like to give you our call center number so that they can get information as well. And that is 1-855-891-7325.
Officials asking the community to find a way to reach your village mayors to find out when those supplies could be in your area. Also, a plane filled with disaster relief supplies arrived from San Francisco today. The aid is United Airlines humanitarian flight, bringing a first shipment of blood donations, 480 cleanup kits, including work gloves, trash bags, collapsible mops, cleaning materials, along with thousands of comfort kits, including hygiene products like soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes, facial tissues, and more. The local airport, however, remains closed to commercial flights. That's at least until May 30th on Tuesday. Our Jason Salas now brings us an update with how tourism industry is handling this aftermath.
One of the leaders in our island community dealing with the post-Typhoon Mawar cleanup and recovery is Mary Rhodes. She is the president of the Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association. And Mary has been stationed pretty much in Tumon throughout dealing with the problem of the hotels and occupancy and the 6,000 people that have visited our island. And Mary, I can think of no better aspect that typifies our island culture than the way that we, hospitality isn't just, show them a good meal, put a nice specific show together for them. These are times when people really, really need us, and we are like really going above and beyond to take care of them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We are working with all of the hotels, the tour agents. GDB activated a language service company that has provided services in the past before, not just during emergencies, but just as a regular service for tourists. And they have translation services in Korean, Japanese, Chinese. And so that's available. And we have that up online at the GBB website. And we've been sharing that with all of our hoteliers and our restaurateurs or anyone who may be interacting with tourists, that this phone is available. We've also had to relocate some displaced tourists throughout the typhoon to facilities that actually have power, water, and fuel generation with generators. So that's really what we've been doing the last couple of days. I've actually been at Homeland Security, Office of Civil Defense. GHRA serves in the RAC together with GBB, and we've sent out a couple of JIC releases specifically regarding tourists. We have about 5 to 6,000 tourists who are on Guam, and that will remain the same until the airport opens up, and we're hoping that will be on Tuesday, May 30th. And so once that happens, hopefully that we can take care of the tourists who are currently in our hotels today and some in Airbnbs, but we've been transferring some of them because a lot of the facilities have been challenged, as well as the rest of the island, with power and water supply and fuel for generators. And so we've been working within the GHRA to identify which hotels need those services, which ones are back on island power, as well as water with GWA and GPA, and those who are still in need of fuel, diesel for their generators. And so we're assisting each other and trying to figure out who needs to take care of these distressed passengers. And of course, GHRA is working with GBB on programs for these distressed passengers as well, trying to encourage them to come back, in the future, and they can use these services when they return. But in the meantime, still trying to take care of all of their accommodations, meals, needs while they're here on Guam.
Yeah, and also it should be noted that for the guests of our island right now who are having urgent medical needs and everything, several of the clinics have identified themselves as available. So thanks to the Guam Medical Association for saying, the following clinics, if visitors to our island do need medical care, those clinics are ready to accommodate them.
Yes. And we also have, again, Net Enterprises, but also MAI with the Japan Guam Travel Association. They provide services to tourists for medical emergencies during an emergency and also during regular travel here on Guam. We have many clinics and medical providers who provide services to tourists while they're here. In addition, GHRA is assisting FEMA for all humanitarian efforts to provide lodging and accommodations while they're here, but also transportation. And so we've had hundreds of FEMA and other types of federal agencies and volunteer groups, VOAT groups come to Guam, such as American Red Cross and Salvation Army, where they've flown into Guam, and we've been working with them to get accommodation and transportation while they're here assisting Guam residents.
Now, Mary, with the situation about lodging being let's say, so delicate right now, at least for the past couple of days, if there are locals who want to do, like the staycation thing, and they want to say, I know my village and my neighborhood probably aren't going to have power and water for at least another couple of days. I'd like to go to a hotel and maybe, have a nice meal and stay in a nice room. Are the hotels able to accommodate locals at this point without stressing the system?
Yes, some hotels have been accepting, but majority of them are not accepting new reservations because they're actually having to transfer some guests from room to room while they remediate the rooms that were brought in water. And so the hotels have been doing their own internal assessments and taking care of in-house guests. Again, we've also added new guests to each of the properties through FEMA and other humanitarian efforts and agencies, federal agencies and volunteer groups. And then also what we're doing today is putting together a list of hotels and restaurants that are also doing dine-in and takeout service only. Maybe not providing accommodations, but we are putting together that list of dine-in and takeout. I know the Korean Association, they did put out a list of, grocery stores, mom and pop C-stores, service stations that have been are available for the community that are open. So we are doing the same to make sure that the community knows who is open for dine-in as well as for takeout.
All right. So once again, Mary Rhodes, the president of the Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association, making sure that our signature Hafaday spirit and our spirit of Indafa Malik continues to guests of our island, even in this time of a very awkward crisis. So Mary, thank you for your leadership once again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Aside from waiting for power and water to be restored, we see the many of you, the masses, lining up, waiting all hours of the day to get fuel. The items many are looking for include ice, water, batteries, flashlights, and burners for cooking. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we see more of those supplies being brought on to our shores here, and also the additional help that's coming our way. That's your Weekend Edition show this Sunday, but our updates will keep going as we get them. Just go to KUAM.com, and you can also go to KUAM News on our social media platforms. For now, I'm Nick Delgado. Stay strong, Guam.